Okay, picture this. It's 11 in the morning. For most people, this is when they're finally getting into the groove. You know, they're on their second coffee, they finally cleared their inbox, and they're just getting ready for a day that already feels like it's getting away from them. But what if that wasn't the start of your day? What if that was the end? Yeah, just think about that for a second. 11 a.m. The morning chaos is done, but that lunchtime rush hasn't hit yet. For almost everyone, this is when the engine is just, really starting to warm up. It's that moment you finally feel like you can get to the real work.
So on one side, you've got the world's reality at 11 a.m., but on the other, you've got a totally different possibility. The laptop is closed, the workday, it's over. While everyone else is just getting started, you've already crossed the finish line. And look, this isn't about bragging, this is a strategy. It's about taking back control of the single most valuable thing you own, your focus.
So how is this even possible? Well, it all comes down to something I call the front-loading philosophy. See, most of us were taught to think of our energy like it's this endless well we can just dip into all day. We kind of believe that the 8th hour of our workday is just as good as the first, but it's not even close. Your energy is a battery, and every single decision you make drains it a little bit.
So front-loading is all about embracing a simple truth. Your productivity is not a flat line. It's about taking that peak energy you have in the morning and aiming it squarely at your most important work. This is basically the law of diminishing returns in action. The value you get from each extra hour you work just goes down and down and down. I want you to really let that sink in. Your best hours aren't just a little bit better. They are exponentially more valuable. By 11 a.m., your brain has already given you its absolute best performance. Pretty much everything after that is just noise, and it's diluted by fatigue and endless distractions.
But of course, finishing your entire day by 11 a.m., well, that doesn't just happen by accident. It's not magic. It takes a really precise, disciplined system. And this is where the 3-pillar protocol comes in. It's a framework designed specifically for high performers.
These are the 3 non-negotiables that make that 11 a.m. finish line a reality. First, you've got to focus only on what truly moves the needle. Second, you build a fortress against distraction. And third, you work in these incredibly concentrated, powerful bursts.
So, pillar number 1 is all about ruthless prioritization. I'm talking forget that 20-item to-do list. Instead, you identify just 3 big rocks. These are the huge, important tasks that will genuinely push your goals forward. Everything else, it's just a pebble. It can wait.
All right, pillar 2 is the digital quarantine. Look, if you check your phone the second you wake up, you've already lost the day. You've basically invited the entire world's agenda to come crashing into your mind before you've even had a chance to focus on your own. My phone, it stays completely out of sight until my deep work is finished.
And if you don't think this is a big deal, get this. The average worker in the US spends a whopping 28% of their day just on email. That's a reactive task, not a productive one. By simply putting your devices in quarantine, you can reclaim almost a third of your workday right from the get-go. And that brings us to the final pillar, the 90-minute sprint. I work in 2 very distinct 90-minute blocks. This is pure what I call monk mode. No notifications, no music with lyrics, definitely no multitasking. It's just you with a singular focus on one of your big rocks at a time. You know, the cost of breaking that focus, it's just brutal. Research shows it takes, on average, 23 minutes to fully get your concentration back after just one little interruption. Those are 23 minutes you just can't afford to throw away. You have to protect that time. Okay, so we've covered the how, we've got the protocol. But what's truly profound, what really changes everything, is the why. The psychological kickback of being truly done with your important work while most people are still just ramping up, it's transformative. Modern work culture, it's created this guilt epidemic. You know the feeling, right? We feel guilty when we're not working, even when we're totally burned out and completely ineffective. Well, the 11 a.m. rule just eradicates that guilt. It completely replaces it with a real sense of accomplishment and, honestly, control. So what do you do with the rest of your day? This is what a guilt-free afternoon can look like. You can actually go to the gym when it's not packed. You can read those books that have been collecting dust on your shelf. You can be fully present with your family without constantly glancing at your phone. You can, in short, master your own peace. And so this all brings us to a challenge, a direct challenge for you. It's a challenge to reclaim your time, to reclaim your focus, and to reclaim your energy. Let's be perfectly clear about something. This has nothing to do with being lazy. It's about being ruthlessly efficient.
It's about mastering the art of deep work so that your output in 3 hours blows away what other people produce in 8. This is about working better, not less.
When it all comes down to it, this entire strategy is built on one simple truth. We are living in the most distracting period in all of human history. And in this world, the ability to maintain deep, unbroken focus, well, that's the closest thing any of us will ever have to a real superpower.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Just for a second, forget about the how and just think about the why. If you had your most important work completely done by 11 a.m. every single day, what would you do with a completely, totally guilt-free afternoon?
So shut off the noise, own your morning. Your time starts now.